If your marketing feels like it is working way harder than it should and still not landing, then today's truth might sting just a little bit at first, but I promise the remedy sits right in behind it. Marketing that almost works usually hits a point of failure at one of three key points. The message often lacks authority, specificity, or conviction. If you want to learn how to unlock your lead flow and get to yes a whole lot faster and a whole lot more often, then you're going to want to deploy my three P's to powerhouse marketing. So let's go. Number one, power. Power in marketing is that part of your message that tells the buyer that they can trust your judgment. This is not about ego on display, volume, swagger, or all the false hype around your message. It is a clear diagnosis, a clear recommendation, and language that helps to readily communicate what the next step forward for your buyer should be. It doesn't leave them to guess and figure it out on their own. Help them understand what they're supposed to do. Most people fall into a trap of writing or communicating like they're just trying to be agreeable. They don't want to offend anybody or possibly put anybody off. They explain, they qualify, they soften every claim. And while that posture may seem like it's reading polite, it also reads unsure. Authority is not arrogance. It's not you showing up saying that you're over anybody. It is you taking responsibility for the outcome and helping them to see clearly how you're going to help them to reach that end goal. What is their next step and how can you make that obvious? Here's a quick tell. If your copy sounds like it's asking for permission, it probably won't convert, at least not at the level that your offer deserves. Watch for softeners in your language that drain the force out of your sentences. Words like maybe, kind of, might, could, and hopefully. These all signal hesitation, and that hesitation reads like you're not really sure that you can actually do what it is that you're promising. It sounds like inexperience, even when your expertise is solid. Don't let those kind of words undermine your authority. Power does not mean that you promise the moon. Power means that you speak like a pro who knows how to help them get the results that they are there to win. Number two, precision. Precision is what separates a real claim from a marketing phrase. There are a lot of companies that will slip into default language people just don't hear. Buyers have heard enough of high quality, results driven, we care, we do it the right way. They hear it so many times over that they fall on deaf ears. They do not function as proof anymore. They function as more noise. People nodding, saying, yeah, I've heard that before. Like, who's going to say that they don't do great work? General statements are easy to say, but they're also easy to fake. Specific statements are not. And that is why they build trust. It gives somebody something measurable to latch onto. Precision also creates accountability. It gives the buyer something that they feel like they can measure, they can repeat it, and they can check it against the reality that they actually experience after they give you their yes. So here's what that looks like. Generic, precise. We will produce a positioning statement you can use on your homepage, a message map for your core offer, and a decision filter for what you say yes or no to in marketing for the next 90 days. Generic. We help you stand out. Precise. We will identify 3 differentiators you can prove, gather evidence for each one, and translate that into a message that you can use to speak to your buyer in a way that they cannot help but to get their hands on what you have to offer. Not only that, they'll be able to easily repeat that to someone else without you even in the room. Generic. We are committed to excellence. Precise. We do not deliver a logo without a usage system, and we do not approve final copy until it passes a clarity test. A stranger should be able to tell what you do, who it is for, and why it matters in 10 seconds or less. Precision is not about sounding smart so much as it's about being unmistakable. Number 3, passion. Passion is not volume, performance, antics, or big theatrics behind what it is that you have to say. It is conviction. It is that fire in your belly that people can feel when they hear you talk. Yes, even if they're just reading things that you posted online. I know it might be a little bit different, but I would argue that it still applies. People believe people who believe what they are saying. A neutral tone about your offer trains your audience to feel the same way about it. It trains them to treat you like a commodity. You cannot expect them to be more enthusiastic about buying your thing than you are about sharing it. Many values led leaders avoid conviction because they confuse it with ego or worry that they're going to come off as a little too much and maybe get embarrassed in the process. Burn that. We love seeing your passion in what you offer. If you are bringing a great product or service to the market, then you also have a responsibility to share that with the world. Don't be bashful about it. Passion is the multiplier that makes your message resonate with the people who need it the most. Now, let's talk about how these three work together. Power without precision turns into empty authority. Precision without power turns into just some data dump. And then passion without precision can easily turn into a bunch of hype and nothing really behind it. However, when these three are present together, your message ends up having direction, proof, and conviction all in the same breath. So there are 5 rewrites I want you to tighten today. These are some common phrases that we see over and over again that quietly drain authority. Each one can be fixed by replacing a vague claim with a specific outcome, deliverable, or decision. Number 1, we help serve our customers with the highest standard of care. Replace that with something measurable in the outcome that you actually drive. What does that highest standard of care really look like? What does that even mean? Help us understand it. We are passionate about helping people. Replace that with language that clarifies more of how and or why. There are a lot of ways to help people. Do you also have the aptitude? Do you actually have a plan? What is the fruit of your helpfulness? What does that actually get anybody on the other side of it? How about we offer customized solutions? Replace it with deliverables your process actually produces. Example, we offer bespoke interior design that brings order back into your life while creating an atmosphere where your creativity can thrive. Ooh, how about we value excellence and integrity? Replace that with behaviors. Help us to understand what that actually looks like in practice for you. And last one for today, book a call to learn more. Replace that with the purpose of the call and the decision the buyer will leave with. Maybe book a call to learn how you can start that home reno next week with no money down. This is not an exercise on being more wordy or verbose. Concise is good, but try not to cut off clarity just for the sake of brevity. So looking ahead, I want you to pick one place where your marketing feels like it is working way too hard. Rewrite that section using these 3 levers. Own the authority in your space. Be clear about what you're actually offering, and then speak it with a conviction that is absolutely contagious. So do me a favor, drop in the comments below an original and then your rewrites and what you did with it. If you found this helpful, make sure you hit the subscribe button to catch more on building a brand and life you love. Now go out and freaking crush it.